and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. It's Monday. Good evening, Jason. Good evening, Wanda. Good evening, Brent. We are doing Monday Run Club as always. 7:30 p.m. UK time. Just over a minute and a half to go. I'm in Group B tonight because we want to take it easy, so no risk of injury. We're doing low heart rate running at the moment, so I want to keep heart rate definitely in zone 2 and a little bit in zone 3 as well, but definitely not in zone 4. Tina Beard, hello to you. So zones 2 and 3 of heart rate tonight, that's all we want to be in. So it's Group B tonight, and should be okay. We've got 10 kilometres to do of kind of progressive running, just gets faster. Actually, no, that's not what we're doing tonight. We're doing an up and down. So we've got, the pace goes up, but the distance goes down of each segment. So that'll be okay. We can cope with that. So we've got a mile warm up to start. Tim Ibson's in Group B as well with me. I'll have to put the fan on. I think Sarah Jacobson is there. Bent is there as well. So it's a good few of us all know each other. Regulars on Zwift, regulars at Monday Run Club. So we are off in about 10 seconds time. So ride on everyone. Let's get this workout done and dusted. And away we go. 9.1 kilometres per hour to start with for the first mile of the run. So I should be running fairly comfortable tonight, so if you've got any questions, anything you want to ask me, pop them in the chat. I'm looking at Facebook chat, YouTube chat and Twitch chat as well, so say hi if you want to. We're all running on the grass again, as seems to be the way when we start these runs from here, from John's route on the run route in Watopia. No bikes allowed on this section. This is only for runners, this road. Twig and Casper are in Group A, so good luck to them. Not a bad group though, Group A tonight. It's not much faster than this one that we're doing. Tyler says, I hope one day they'll have trail and cross-country courses. Well, we do already have Repack Ridge, which is a trail route in Watopia. So if you want to check out trail running on Zwift, you need to head for Muir and the Mountain. Check out the Muir and the Mountain route and go to Titan's Grove, which is where all the dinosaurs are, through the forest there. And while you're running through there, you'll see a right turn, which takes you onto Repack Ridge, which is our short trail running section in Watopia. And yeah, I hope there will be more of them at some point. But right now, that's what we've got. So there are actually 4 people in Group A tonight. Pearson from Sweden, Casper from Spain, Twig from Poland, and Jay from Denmark. Clive Finnemore says 1 day to go until the treadmill arrives. Good luck. I hope it does arrive. I can see by your capital letters that you're very excited about it coming. And so you should be as well. And it'll be good to have you on Zwift with us, Clive. So a nice gentle beginning to Group B. Sarah Jacobson and Alan Sari and Tomlin and Ben Johansson. Andrea just up ahead as well. All in Group B tonight.
Ride on!
Pollard, thanks for the ride on. And whoever that was before as well. Paul Hayward. Now, Paul Hayward, where's he? Paul Hayward isn't even on the list. Well, that's strange. So yeah, a mile of warm-up. I think this is the one where we head out to the volcano, isn't it? Neil Messenger, hello to you, buddy.
Nice.
And Tim Iveson is in Group A as well, actually. So we must have all started on the same start line then. Normally different groups start on different start lines, but we must have all been together today. There are only 20 of us doing Monday Run Club, so a short, small but select group of runners in Monday Run Club today. A lot of people doing the Zwift long distance runners recovery run, and everyone else is doing Ryan's step-by-step beginners group, which happens any minute now, about 15 minutes from now. So Monday Run Club is stuck in the middle between the ZLDR recovery run and Ryan's step-by-step beginners group. Ben, yes, we're on John's route. And you can see in the bottom right hand corner of the screen there my watts. So as well as my treadmill being directly connected to Zwift, I've also got my Stride foot pod on, and the generated watts are going to my phone, and my phone I've got connected up to the computer so you can see what watts I'm generating as I'm running. Neil says my legs are killing me doing the marathon after doing the marathon on Sunday. Oh yes, of course you did a long run on Sunday, didn't you? Nice one. Yes, I saw your various pictures and posts from various spots that you stopped during your run. Just get through it nice and easy, Neil. Or are you running tonight? Actually, Neil is usually in Group B with me, or Group A. So no, he doesn't look like he's running, so maybe the legs are hurting even more than you expected then. So heart rate is 127. So we're keeping it as low as possible today. I'm trying to do a little bit of this, you know, have you had a Maffetone running and the 80-20 technique, or a lot of people swear by, and a lot of elite athletes as well swear by, running 70 to 80% of your runs in very low heart rate zone, very easy, slow running, and then the other 20% really hard efforts. So even though you kind of race in the middle zone, you don't actually train in that zone, really. I mean, obviously you're going to hit those heart rate zones in the middle from time to time. Well, you know, as you're moving between the zones, when you're doing really hard efforts, you can't constantly stay in high heart rate zone, but in general, low heart rate zone for 70 to 80% of your runs, and 15 to 20%, 20 to 30% of your runs in high threshold, top threshold and anaerobic zone. But when you think about it, if you're doing, say you're doing 100 kilometers a week, so 80 of those kilometers are really easy runs, but 20 of those kilometers have to be absolutely breakneck speed. So they're quite extreme ends of the scale, really. So Drea and Sarah Jacobson are quite way ahead in Group B. They've decided to make their pace a bit quicker. So I've got Alan Sari, who's running with me, and Tomlin, who's right next to me as well, and then we've got Ben just a few seconds behind. But we've got about four of us all together in the group. And we've got about 300 metres to go of the warm-up. where we have just stayed at the same pace. Quite often you'll find that in a warm-up we gradually increase the pace, but in this one we've just stayed at the same pace for the full mile of warm-up. So coming up in 250 metres time, we're going to increase the pace to just under 10 kilometres per hour, and we're going to run that for 1200 metres. And then we're going to reduce the distance to 800 metres, and we're going to speed up to 10.7 kilometres per hour. Then we're going to reduce the distance again to 400 metres, but increase the pace to 11.7 kilometres per hour. Then we've got a break, 1 mile of relaxed running, and then we'll kind of do that again, but slightly faster. Paul Carter says good evening. Hello, Paul. And Neil Messenger says well done for your marathon on Sunday. You started your run 1 hour after me. Yeah, well, we were thinking we would start earlier, but we just didn't get out of bed. So Victoria had to drop me off 20-30 miles from home, and then I just ran home. Nice training run, nice and easy. Again, doing the low heart rate thing, trying to keep the heart rate as low as possible. If I found my heart rate was going high, I would stop and walk and let the heart rate come down again. Okay, left turn and through the arch, and then we will up the pace a bit. Right, away we go. Slightly faster. Okay, this pace for 1.2 kilometres. And I think we'll put the camera angles on. Hopefully I won't go off in the wrong direction. If I do, it's not a big worry. It's nice to stay together, but I'm not going to worry too much. Jonathan Cost says, Group B, love it. Would have joined you, but Carol is currently on a ZLDR run. Very sorry to hear about James Smith, one of our Zwift long distance runners, admin, who sadly passed away yesterday. Big loss to the community, and big respect to him. And Bixby as well, who's lost her partner. So lots of love going out to her. Just makes you aware of your own mortality and how fleeting life can be. Anyway, enough said. Can't really say anything else, can you? These things happen in life. Best wishes to James' family and friends. Okay, 900 metres left of this section, and then we'll speed it up again. Paul Hayward. Yeah, Paul, I can't see you on my list. That's very strange, isn't it? I can see you in front of me, but you're not on my list on the right, which is very odd. So we're both in the workout, we're both in the run, but we can't see each other. Well, we can't see each other's names in the list. Right, 2 kilometres done. Running at just under 200 watts. Monday Run Club. And it's fairly warm here. Not baking hot like it has been. Well, that's very strange. Sarah Jacobson, you are on my list. I can see your name. But I couldn't. No, that's I couldn't actually see you. Excited for a new bug. Yeah, well, there we are. So yeah, I can see your name on my list. You're a minute ahead, so I probably couldn't see you anyway in person, as it were. I couldn't see your avatar because you're probably just a bit too far ahead anyway. Very strange. So Paul Hayward is immediately in front of me, but not on my list. Sarah Jacobson is on my list, but we can't see her. But she can't see me, and neither can Paul Hayward. Thanks for the ride-ons, guys. GYZ, thank you. Oh my goodness, now that is weird. So Bent is saying I'm not on his list either. Well, I can see Bent. Wow, that's weird. Well, Ben, I can definitely see you. You're 19 seconds behind me on my list. And Sarah Jacobson is 54 seconds ahead of me. I'm running right next to Al-Ansari. Not sure what that flag is. That flag Malaysia? Or one of the Gulf countries, Oman or something like that? Right, heart rate is 116, so that's really good. Keeping it low. As low as possible. Like another ride-on dropping. Thank you very much, whoever that is.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride-on.
Thank you, Girk.
Ride on.
And Paul Doyle, thank you as well. Okay, about 350 metres away from upping the pace again. Let's put the camera angles on. Right, hopefully in a second the camera will start whizzing around and we'll get some views. There we are. Hopefully I won't fly off and go in a different direction. If I do fly off and go in a different direction, I'm not... yeah, Sarah Jacobson says, careful with the camera angles. You're right, but I'm not going to worry about it too much tonight, I think. If I go off, I go off. I'll just carry on the run. It's not a race, is it? I mean, it's nice to run with people. But I'm not too worried about it tonight. So, just over 100 metres to go. There's the arch in front of us. Me and Al-Ansari are going to go through it together, and it will increase our pace up to 10.7 kilometres per hour in Group B of Monday Run Club tonight. Name of the workout is MRC 2 ramp, so 2 ramps, ramping up the pace twice because we've got a break in the middle. But each ramp, one ramp is slightly faster than the next, so the second time we do this, after our halfway break, the second time will be quicker.
Okay, let's go.
Right, up to 10.7 kilometres per hour. And this is for 800 metres now. That's not a very interesting view, is it? Basically just looking at the sea from above. With the tunnel underneath us, but you can't really see anything. It's another problem with the camera angles. There we are. Up to 210 watts now. kilometres done. Less than 7k left. Buenaventura, hello to you, buddy. Hope all's well with you. Simon Davies, thank you very much for your ride on. Every day is one day nearer, Ace. Yeah, I'm feeling good, thank you. Feeling good, getting ready for my 100 miler in 2 weeks' time. Less than 2 weeks' time now. So making sure I don't get injured. Just starting to, well, I've got one more week of high mileage. And then the week before, I'm just going to drop it down. Just a couple of high intensity runs. And that'll be me ready for the Thames Path 100 miler in about 12 or 13 days time. Okay, change of pace coming up again now. 400 metres at 11.7.
Nice.
Okay, let's go.
Vidar, hello there, buddy.
Right on.
Nice tidy foursome there. Tomlin, Alan Sari and Johansson all together. So Vidar's on the bike, riding Bigfoot Hills. 67 kilometres so far. Nice one, Vidar. Okay, so time to drop it down again. Right, so 1 mile of slower running at 10.2 kilometres an hour. And then we're going to do those intervals again, but the pace will be slightly faster this time. Heart rate is still 126 BPM, so still zone 2 of my heart rate. Probably will see me going up to zone 3 towards the end of the second set, so that's good. So I need to stay in zone 2 as long as possible, really. Anybody got any good topics of conversation? Anything been happening on Zwift Runner's Facebook page that you want me to know about, that you want to ask me about? Anything about races, anything about training? Anything about updates? Not that I can help you necessarily, but you can ask the question and we'll see if I have an answer. So back down to 200 watts with the Stride foot pod. So Sarah Jacobson says, any big Zwift races coming up? Well, the main thing that's coming up is the Watopia Run Festival, which is at the end of September. So a month from now, we've got a week of races, 10 kilometres, 5 kilometres, 1 mile races, half marathons and marathons for 1 week from, is it the 25th of September? That week anyway. So if you just want to blast out a mile, you can blast out a mile. If you want to do a marathon, we've got marathons on the Sunday and we are trying to fit one in for the Saturday as well. Half marathons on the Saturday, 10Ks and 5Ks through the week. I think there are some half marathons in the week as well. Ace Ventura, am I working for a Film My Run event? At some point I will set one up, yes. I will. But I haven't organised it yet. So Vidar asks the same question as Sarah, yeah. So the Watopia Run Festival, end of September, that's the next big thing to look out for. And I'm really hopeful that in October or November, we might see a big Zwift update. I don't know for sure, it's just a guess. I know there is one imminent. Hopefully it'll be before the end of the year, and hopefully it'll be October, November time. So keep your eyes peeled for a big update. Hopefully the new UI, the new user interface. But by no means guaranteed. They might decide to work on it a bit longer and release it in the spring or something next year. But you'd have thought they'd want to take advantage of the influx of new people coming in Christmas and the larger numbers as people come in for the winter and start training indoors more. So I really hope they'll release a big update October, November time. Thanks for the ride on.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
Varna, thank you. And Schwartz as well, thank you. I've just noticed two B group runners, Maureen and O from Norway and Maureen from Spain, running way ahead with the A group runners. Drea is a long way ahead as well. Sarah is 50 seconds up. But we still got the four of us together, Alan Sari, myself, Tomlin and Johansson all running together. But actually 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 of us. Somebody just went ahead as well. Oh, somebody not in the group who's running speedy fast. Paul Deering says, check out the arena games from Rotterdam. Yes, so this was the event that happened at the weekend with Jonathan Brownlee and Javier Gomez doing a triathlon, which was partly real life and partly on the virtually. So I think they swam in real life, and then they went on the bike and they ran on Zwift. I haven't seen it, but Paul Deering says check it out on YouTube or Zwift. And yeah, so that took place in Rotterdam at the weekend. I don't know anything more about it than that. Mr. M says DC Rainmaker's behind the scenes video was interesting as well. So yeah, go and check that out. Have a look at the YouTube videos of the Rotterdam Triathlon and DC Rainmaker's behind the scenes video. I think I'll go and have a look at them as well. Right, so we're not far away from starting our second set of intervals. So starting with 1200 metres and 11 kilometres per hour. So Paul, when you say three immediate rounds in rotation, can you explain what that is a bit more? What do you mean by 3 immediate rounds in rotation? Right, we're at just under 80 metres now, and then we'll step it up. Yeah, so is that Paul Haywood we've got with us as well?
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Okay, 1200 metres here. 11 kilometres now, 4 kilometres left of Monday Run Club. Trying to keep it relaxed, trying to keep the heart rate as low as possible today. Thanks, Mr. M. Yeah, so we have got Paul Haywood with us as well. So Alan Sari, Paul Haywood, Tomlin and Johansson all running together, 5 of us, that's nice. At least we feel like we've got a group then. And I haven't gone off course yet, but never say never. We've still got well over 3 kilometres for that to happen. It's so easy to get set up with Zwift running. Here's what you need. Firstly, access to a treadmill. It could be at home or at the gym, but any treadmill will work with Zwift. To get you moving in game, we need a speed source. Traditionally, we use a foot pod, like the Zwift Pod or the Stride, but you can also use the Run Smart treadmill sensor, your Apple Watch, one of the newer Garmin watches, the TSS app, and if you have a smart treadmill, your treadmill will connect directly to Zwift without the need for another device. Now simply download the Zwift app onto a Mac, a PC, an iPhone, an iPad, an Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. Finally, pair your speed source in the app. Pairing heart rate from your watch or a chest strap is also a great addition to Zwift. And that's it. You're all set up for solo runs, solo or group workouts, challenges and real-time racing on Zwift. That was a quick ending. Oh, Neil would run with us, but he hasn't got his treadmill yet. Okay. As soon as you've got it back, Neil. Paul Deering says, okay, so it's swim, bike, run, swim, run, swim, bike, times 3, each rotation. Wow. Running barefoot on a treadmill is not something I would recommend. I've done it before and it really hurt my feet. I've got blisters on the soles of my feet. But I guess if it was only a short run, then fair enough. Thank you, Jeff Heisler, for your ride on. 500 metres to go at this pace, and we'll bump it up again. Heart rate 127, just gradually creeping up a bit now. Sometimes I think you can mentally push your heart rate up. If you worry about it, it goes up. Paul, I would have thought those curved manual treadmills would be even worse for your feet. Maybe not. Metres, and then it gets quicker. So for the kilometre, so kilometre 7, which is what we're in now, I'm hoping I'll stay in zone 2. But I imagine the next kilometre and the one after that will probably be in zone 3, but we'll see. I don't think I would like to go barefoot on an assault manual treadmill. I'd like to have seen their feet afterwards. I'm assuming the run was about 5k each time. It was very brave of them to put the NPE run sensor to the test over that course. Interesting. Right, here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Right, 12 kilometres an hour now. 800 metres at this pace, so heart rate will definitely go up now. Five of us all still together, which is nice to see. Okay, so kilometre 7 was indeed still in zone 2. But we're now at 132 BPM. So we might find this zone, this kilometre is in zone 3. Meters to go, and then we've got the final pace increase. $236 watts, but I've only just reached 7k with the stride, so about 300 metres out, but the stride is not calibrated to Zwift, so it is often very different. That 10 XP points was for. Oh, 7.5 kilometres. About 12 minutes to go of Monday Run Club, 2 kilometres left. And here we go with the final pace increase. Up to 12.8 now. So we need to breathe and relax and maintain good form to try and keep the heart rate as low as possible over these next 400 metres. 253 watts of power being generated now. $200 meters to go.
Ride on!
Ryan Downey, thanks for the ride on, buddy. And we're going to be slowing down any second now, so I can bring the heart rate back down.
Nice!
Wow, look at that. We just managed to stay in zone 2. So we're going to be gradually slowing it down now over the next kilometre and a half. 1.5 kilometres to go in blocks of 400 metres. We'll just slow it down, gradually ease the legs up, slow the heart rate back down. Neil Messenger says when he did his marathon at the weekend, he was posting regular photos of him as he went through the run. He says he got 72 likes on Facebook. I've never had that many before. Good for you, Neil. Like 6 of us all together. Drea is still at the top of the screen. Minute and 58 ahead. Sarah Jacobson is 50 seconds ahead. But then we've got Paul Hayward. Oh, and now Paul Hayward has appeared on my screen. So I can now see Paul Hayward's name. Ben Johansson, Alan Sari and Tom Lynn and myself all running together, and somebody else who else have we got then? There's 6 of us running. Only 5 names there, including me. So we've got somebody else maybe who's not in the workout? No, I don't know. There you go, whoever that is. Horners from Norway? Yes. Well, that is odd, isn't it? So Sarah Jacobson can see me now as well. And also, since my upgrade of internet, I think the delay is less. Anybody watching the stream has noticed that the delay doesn't seem as much as it used to. I seem to be getting replies quicker. So when I say something, Sarah Jacobson's reply came back a lot quicker than I would expect it to. So I think perhaps my delay is shorter now that I've got a better internet connection. More ride-ons dropping. Thank you very much, guys.
Ride on!
Paul Deering, thank you, buddy. I'm going to see if I can drop some ride-ons without turning around. So Drea, Sarah, Paul Hayward, Bent, Tomlin, Alan Sari, well done to everybody. Good job, good running, guys. Nice to stay together there. Vidar says, how fast internet do I have? Download is 900 megabits per second. Upload is 100 megabits per second. So it's a new service where I live. It's supposed to be a 1 gigabyte service, but obviously you never quite get the speeds that are advertised. So I've got about 900 megabits per second download and 100 megabits per second upload, which is about 3 times as much as I had before. Okay, going to slow it down again now. Another 400 meter block done. And here we go.
Nice.
Can you breathe again, it says. Yeah, Vidar, I used to, 300 is what I had before. So, but this is brand new to our area. And there's not many, I don't think there's many places in the country that have a 1 gigabit service yet. So we're quite lucky down here. Stephen Smith says, did anyone see Seth Damour's Pike Peak? No. Tell us about it, Stephen. Was it good? Interesting? Heart rate gradually coming down. So, do you know what? We might manage to stay in zone 2 for the entire run. We'll find out in a few seconds. 3, 2, 1. Yes, zone 2 again. So we didn't even get into zone 3 today. So that is good news. That means everything is going well. Training is going well. Endurance training, stamina to keep me going through 100 miles should be okay. Oh dear, Matthias, do you know what? I always thought Germany was one of the better countries in the world for fast internet access. I know France has got really quick internet access, but I would have thought Germany would be quite advanced in their internet access. Stephen Smith says Seth Damour ran a 3:37 Pike Peak Marathon in Colorado, which is pretty impressive for that race. Do you know, is that a course record, Stephen? Do you know? Okay, slowing it down again. Final 400 metres. Amazingly, we've managed to stay together for the entire run. So very few people have sped off too far ahead. We've had 5 or 6 of us all stayed together for the whole run, which has been great. And my camera angles didn't take me off anywhere strange or ridiculous. So I've managed to do the whole run with people around me, which has been lovely. And a bonus, managed to stay in heart rate zone 2, so nice and low for 10 kilometres. Yeah, Matthias says no, Germany is not right up there with the best internet access in the world. A lot of black spots as well, blank spots, wow. Yeah, Stephen Smith says in London, southwest London where he is, it is around 960 to 1000 megabits per second. So London would obviously have the best internet access in the country. So it's no surprise that they have 1 gigabit service there. Mine is supposed to be 1 gigabit, but I'm quite happy with 900 will be more than sufficient, thank you very much. Right, just coming up to the end of Monday Run Club now. Sarah Jacobson says she had to go faster today during the warm-up and cool-down to get back to work quicker. Thanks for keeping me company as always. No problem, Sarah. Understood, no worries. Take care, well done today. Luckily, I don't have to get back to work after the run. I can just go and have a nice long shower and have some food and go to bed. 9.5 kilometres done. We'll go up to 10 kilometres. So we'll just finish the run here and then walk it out the last 400 metres to make it a 10 kilometre effort today. Well done, everybody. And that's what Monday Run Club looks like on Zwift. If you're not a Zwift runner and you want to get involved, you know, all you have to do is get yourself a foot pod, or if you're lucky enough to have a Bluetooth connected treadmill, get yourself a download of the app. So on your iPhone or your iPad, on your computer, and load up the Zwift app and get running with us. Come and join us on Monday Run Club. Nice and easy. Nice start to your week. Nice start to your training week. Or you can do harder workouts. So Wednesday workout, which you see me do on Wednesday. And Bent says I'll see you on Wednesday. Yes, Bent. Much harder workout. So a good hard interval session. Getting your heart rate right up there, nice and high. And there are plenty of other runs from very beginners runs. There's a beginners run going on right now, in fact, or maybe it's just finished. But yeah, so Ryan Downey does a step-by-step beginners running club on a Monday and a Thursday with Ryan Perring as group leader, and there are plenty of other activities for you to take part in throughout the week, races, group workouts, or you can just go solo and do your own solo workout. Vida says well done. And Stephen Smith says Nike running shoes currently have a 25% discount if you enter a code. Stephen Smith, where? Which website is that? So if you want to come and take part in Zwift events, go to the website. You can do it on the Zwift companion app, but you can also go to this website as well, zwift.com/events, filter for running events, and you can scroll down and select any running event that you'd like that's coming up over the next few days. The Zwift companion app on your phone will give you a longer list going way into the future. Yes, so if you'd like to join us on any Zwift group events, please go and have a look at the events page on the Zwift companion app or at zwift.com/events. Sign up for your race or your run. Tina Beard says she's envious of that HR. Well, I've been working towards this heart rate for quite some time, to be honest with you. I've been putting in a few miles over the past 3 months, 100k a week. And I'm kind of trying a little bit to do this thing where you do kind of 80-20. So 80% of your running should be low heart rate running, and 20% of it should be high heart rate, big effort. So top of zone 4 and into zone 5 effort levels. And so that's what I've been kind of aiming for. And heart rate doesn't look too bad at the moment. Obviously, I'm training for this 100 miler, which is coming up in a couple of weeks' time. So really, I need to have a good aerobic base and fat burning base, so that I don't push my heart rate too high, because I'm running for 24 hours. It's going to be a long time of running. I do not want my heart rate to be spiking and going off, making me feel tired. I need it to be nice and steady in zones 2 and 3 for the whole run. Stephen Smith says, I have a Wahoo HR strap. I have the Wahoo ticker. I don't wear it. All my heart rate comes from my watch. And there we are. That's 10k done. Yeah, all heart rate comes off my Phoenix 6 watch. And it goes directly into the Zwift app using Bluetooth. Hang on a second. Let's have a look at the log stats. So, Monday Run Club, John's route. So the My Run treadmill is what I use for speed, and my heart rate device is my Fenix 6 Sapphire. So that is connected via Bluetooth to my computer, to the Zwift app on my computer. 4,593, so nearly 4,600 kilometres on Zwift now. Oh gosh, it's raining hard outside. Yeah, so I don't use a chest strap. I have got plenty of chest straps, one of which is the Wahoo Ticker X chest strap, which has been great. The problem with chest straps for me is chafing on the centre of my chest there, and I'd really rather not have to worry about having a chest strap on. If I can get heart rate any other way, I will, so I'm quite happy with it from my watch. Yeah, quite happy with it from my watch. I only find that sometimes in the first 2 or 3 kilometres of a run, it might give me a false reading, but other than that, generally it's fine. Right, I am off. Vidar says, I saw you did a marathon yesterday. Nice. Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. Just another low heart rate, nice long run, training session. Stephen Smith says, would you recommend the Phoenix 6? I currently have the Forerunner 45. It depends, Stephen, what you're going to do. It is a fairly high-end watch, so you need to be doing runs that are going to warrant you having it. So, you know, I do 100 milers, I do mountain races in the Alps, long distance ultras, which demand lots of battery life, which mean I need mapping, which mean I need elevation, which means I need a decent GPS signal. All of those things you get on the Phoenix 6 watch. I mean, you'll get decent GPS on the Forerunner 45, but you won't get the mapping, and you won't get the decent battery life. Certainly not for 24-hour, 30-hour runs. So if you think you might need that, then fine. Also for triathlon as well, for swimming, cycling, the Phoenix 6 does all that. Whereas the Forerunner probably does do cycling. I don't know if it does swimming. So you need to work out whether it's worth it for you, really, whether it's something you're going to need, or whether you can be quite happy using the Forerunner 45. The good watches in that price bracket or that range are the 245. So the Forerunner 245 really is the one to get, or if you want to stretch it a bit further, the 945. Go for the 245 or the 945. Absolutely standout watches, and the latest watches from Garmin. But then, you know, if you want to spend the big money, I mean, you're talking about 600, 700 pounds. Okay, yeah. So the 45 is not waterproof. Yeah. So if you do want to use it for swimming, obviously you can't, so you would need a different watch for that. But the 245, the 945, they will do swimming, cycling, they will give you some mapping. The only thing about it is the battery life it'll last 10 or 11 hours, but no more than that. But if you're not running, if you're not doing activities that are that long, then you don't need it, do you? Okay, right, that's it from me. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. nice, easy, relaxed start to the week, and we'll see you tomorrow for whatever we decide to do tomorrow, Tuesday. Turn It Up Tuesday is sometimes a good one to do, or there's plenty of other things we could do. So keep your eyes open, and I'll see you tomorrow for another Film My Run, another Zwift Run Live. Take care, bye bye.